Hey guys! Welcome back. Sorry about the fuss over my computer's internet connection just being like, I quit, and then I had to restart my computer and re-plug in the internet Ethernet cable before it was like, okay, I guess I can work. Lovely stuff. So, yes, more Valhalla. Doing things. And before that, let me go ahead and throw some shout-outs to, first off, thank you so much, Sane, for cheering 90 bits while I was hosting XT last night. I don't know if you intended to give me those or to give them to XT. If you did intend to give them to XT, I will forward the bits over or refund you the bits. I will figure it out. I don't think you're here right now. If I see you in the chat, I'll mention this again. Thank you, Canny for the cheer of 1 bit, and then Orm for the cheer of 1 bit, and then Canny for another cheer of 1 bit. Aw, thank you, Wargula, for the subscription. Actually, thank you, Candy, for gifting Wargula for the subscription. And, thank you, Orm, for the 2-bit cheer saying welcome back. There was, before I even started streaming, there was an itty-bitty little, bit war with Orm and Canny because they wanted to take that #1 cheer of the week. I figured out I couldn't gift bits. I'm cross on it. Yeah, no, you can't gift bits. So there we go. I think that catches up on all of the thank yous I needed to say. Except for XT Vengeance, thank you so much for cheering 5 bits for technical difficulties. Yup. And now XT is the #1, Orm is #2, and Canny's #3. That may be slightly maintained until Sane comes in here and kicks all of your asses, as I'm sure she will do eventually. God, I wish I had something that was like top cheer overall so we could see how godly the amount of bits Sane has cheered is. Thank you, Canny, for the cheer of 4 bits for delaying J-Jo with thanking us. That's 4 bits, right? Yeah, that's 4 bits. It breaks it up with 1 every cake, and so I have to do quick math. By which I mean counting. And I don't like to do that. I wonder if I left food for 4. Thank you, XT Vengeance, for the cheer 20 bits for further delays. Alright, it's not delaying me that much now. I'm on top of it. And yes, I've gotten incredibly lazy about the junk box. If you guys want to hear a certain song, let me know, and next time the game pops in, I'll make a list. I'll write down each song that people want to listen to, and I'll put it in the jukebox. Okay, I'm Dorothy? Thank you, Lacey, for the cheer of, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bits to remove Orm. No, 5 bits to remove Orm. You have succeeded. It is now XT, Canny, and you, Lacey. Hey, Lacey! But the jukebox can suck it. Why the hell am I buffering on my desktop? I don't know. Yeah, stick to the dirty again. I hope you all had a great weekend, because you seem to all be very lively coming in tonight, and that makes me so happy. We're not gonna listen to that. We're gonna find... I think there it is. Our favorite show is playing. You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. Oh, has the internet connection issue transferred to Canny? That would suck. Ah, honey. You want something? The usual, I guess. Usual. Alright, I'm gonna give her a Piano Woman because 1, it's expensive, and 2, she seems really out of it. Am I not the one in buffering? Only one buffering a lot? I'm not dropping any frames, and I'm in the green as far as my connection goes, so I don't think I'm the cause of the internet buffering. I think it is This time on your ends, unfortunately, because everything is good on my end. I'm streaming at 30 frames per second pretty consistently, I think. I don't know. There are numbers and letters. I just pretend I know what they mean, and I look at the bright green, like, square, and I just let that let me know I'm fine. Yeah. I've got no buffer feature moves arm. Yeah. Okay, Lacey, you're fine. That's good. Then yeah, it's not my end, which is good, and I actually was very worried about because fucking I messed that up, didn't I? Yes, I did. 1, 2, 3. Aged, mixed. Alright, piano woman. Here. Aw, I'm sorry, Orm. This is nice. 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 Ice? Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey. How do you know what's real? How so? I mean, how do you know if what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? Yeah, Dorothy is also having buffering issues, apparently. What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer? And those ponderings brought you to the bar? She might have been. Like, we've heard stories about Lilum getting mysterious messages, so they're like being mass hacked. Being mass hacked. And so this might not be good things. What? Oh, I'm in the bar? Am I? Dorothy? So you're having a... Oh god, this sure is a word. Holy shit. Solipsidic crisis of sorts? Haha! For what? Solipsism. The theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist. Oh! I'm familiar with this one because one of my favorite characters in one of my favorite animes suffers from this to an extreme. And I love him for it. He's great. Solipsistic. Whatever, I said closeness. Cysticness. Fuck. Now all the words are doing the things. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Whoops, nope, messed that one up. Solipsism. Relating everything to anime. Shut up! Okay, I learned how American football works because I read a Japanese manga. I connect everything through anime and manga, and yes, I am a fucking weeb, through fantasy novels. Like, look, I only knew that girls got periods because I read a young adult high fantasy novel, Alana by Tamora Pierce, by the way, if you're curious. Because no one ever fucking told me that once a month I would just randomly bleed blood. That was horrifying. I actually remember reading that part and being like, is this real or is this the fantasy aspect? So yes, I get most of my knowledge through fictional media, and I realized that that is a flaw. I mean, it sounds fake if you're like a fucking 12-year-old and you're reading a book. I don't know, I might have been 13 at the time. I do learn most things by manga. I know a lot of facts about spiders because there's a really cool manga called Arachnid, which just talks about bugs. But it's also about assassins who use bug techniques to try to kill each other. So, like, one of them is like trying to be Kamen Rider because he's a grasshopper and so he does kick attacks all the time. And yeah, there's a lot of bug facts and it's really cool and I highly recommend it, although it's kind of, you know, just like most manga, a lot of schoolgirls and a lot of rape. I'll say this, there's a lot of gore and rape in that one. It's not for everyone. But yeah, if you like bugs and you like Japanese schoolgirls, this author couldn't decide which he liked more, so he made a manga with both of them. I'm gonna stop talking about things that I've read before everyone starts judging me even worse. See, that's another thing right there. That word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Solipsism Joe. Oh, it's too late for that. I know. I know it is. Yeah, like, I don't know. If Arachnid is a pretty cool manga if you are okay with the sex and blood and violence and everything, because it actually does have a lot of really cool bug facts that I didn't know, and lots of different kinds of spiders, and I'm arachnophobic. So the fact that I liked it despite that, you know, says something, sort of, maybe. Also, I'm more arachnophobic because now I know about all the horrifying things spiders can do. Yeah, thou hast been judged and found wanting. Yeah, wanting more manga to read. I'm terrible, I should shut up. Well, solus means alone, and ipse means self. Yes, but how did it come to be? Well, some female spiders eat their mate, then get eaten by their kids. Yeah, see, I already knew that one. That was softcore spider facts. Latin. Yeah. Do people expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decided to make noises? And decide, hey, let's make this noise mean this. Missing a lot due to buffering. How did things go from American football to arachnid to gore and other stuff? Because I'm a giant fucking weeb. But yeah, iShield 21, only sport manga I was ever really able to read for a long period of time. Mostly because, one, it finally explained to me how football worked, because I had no fucking clue up until then. And two, Himura. Himura was great. Yeah. Oh look, I ranked up. Yeah, you are still #1, Orm. Not in the bit war, but in the rank war. You have definitely been one of my most supporting fans, because you were always there for me, and I appreciate that. It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. No, they don't, especially if they're French. Haha! I just get through saying, thank you, Orm, so much for being my friend. Now let me insult your native language. I'm a terrible fucking person, but it's okay. I'm American. I'm supposed to be fucking terrible. Ha 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 ha! He likes to watch. I've been repeating words for a long time and they've stopped making sense. Why? Calm down. That's just semantics satiation. Fuck words. Oh my god, Dorothy, you're having my daily existential crisis. Oh no. I know Orm read that in the right voice. Words make no sense, and I know that feels so hard. Words are hard. Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure the counter is really here? It is. Please stop tapping it. Hold on, I'm just making sure. I should make her a drink. At the very least, I'll have something to throw at her. Well, we could go with another piano woman, but let's pick something else. She likes sweet stuff. And my most expensive sweet drink is the Brantini. Yeah. Alright, Brantini it is. Oh, is the blue fairy more expensive? I could have sworn that this one was the most expensive at $250. No, yeah, that's $170. This is $250. This is more expensive. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this in your face. Sorry. So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis? Since earlier today, I think. I was remembering the good times I had with my guardian. But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. I just looked at the name. Not everything is about money, you greedy goose. Everything is about money! I have to make $10,000 for rent, and I don't have a lot of time to make it. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts started piling up in my mind. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream? What tells me that you're real? Eh? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. Ha! It's getting all meta! I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real, it was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attack gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. What did you do to get over it? Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Reign in the World, one of my favorites. At one point I cried with the book and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? How can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real? Oh god. Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me. Hey, I like it. Hey, can I take this drink? I made it for you. Thanks. Okay then. Dorothy, no! Dorothy, that's not even the drink I made you! I made you a Brantini in a fancy glass! That's a fucking normal glass and some fucking tang. I don't know. Phew. Why did you throw it on your head? Dorothy, you're a robot. That's bad for you. To feel something you made. And it burns. And it itches a bit. I'll get you a towel. Oh no, I know these red question marks. It's our favorite. It's me, Mario. Delivery for Dana. Oh, I've been here before. That's Mr. Mario. Welcome back. I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? This is so fucking racist. I hate myself. And only I'm not, because I don't actually think Italians talk this way. I'm just making fun of a fucking video game character. But the video game character is being racist because he's making fun of a fucking... I don't know. It's weird. I don't hate Italian people, I swear. I like their food. Their language, I have mixed feelings about because Latin has ruined the entire area of Italy for me. Latin's a dead language, that's easy to see. First it killed the Romans, now it's killing me. The one thing my dad taught me about Latin, after I did it in school for like 2 or 3 years. She's my boss, I'll get it for her. Right, sign here, please. It's a big package. I wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. I am being fucking racist. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't met many Italian people. Most of the people I've met are just like of Italian descent, but have never been there. Add them to the point. Although there was the brief amount of time I was in Italy, but I was also like fucking 5 and super shy, so I didn't talk to anyone. But from all of my experiences, Italian people are people, just like American people and German people and all the other people. Some of them are assholes, some of them are great, and their culture is amazing and rich and beautiful. There we go. That's my final words on race and culture and ethnocentrism things. I mean, Italian is pretty much just white as far as race goes. It's definitely a distinct culture. It's technically not, because it's Mediterranean, and visually, they're a darker race. And so Italians tend to be darker skin, dark hair, and dark eyes, whereas true fucking white-ass white people are a bit more northern than the Mediterranean. I don't know. It's very technical. But yes, they're European, so that's pretty white. It's white enough. But yeah, I don't know. I only really distinctly remember that because I watched this one fucking Disney movie as a kid where these two, like, nobody nerds in school pretend to be exchange students from Europe in order to become popular. And they, like, get fake tans and everything. And then when the real exchange students show up, they look so much, much more darker. And I was like, oh, Italians are not white people. And that was my perception as a small child watching Disney movies. I mean, yeah. Let's see. It's a wiener. Germanic is different than Mediterranean, but Mediterranean is not Italian. This is true. Although it is on the Mediterranean Sea, so I guess that's why I lumped it in. But yeah. And then Caucasian technically comes from the Caucasus Mountains, which are actually more east, right? Like, it's actually pretty close to the Middle East and, like, Istanbul/Turkey and everything. Fucking geography classes from high school that I didn't really care about because I was tired of studying World War II for the 32nd time. Seriously, American history classes spend way too much time going Roman Empire, World War II. East Europe, West Asia to the north. Yeah. Which always struck me as weird, because we definitely don't consider that region white people region. But that's where our name comes from, Caucasian. It has Asian right in it. A really big wiener. Hey, honey. The big package had a big wiener inside. What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't think she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it? Honey. Seems the wiener is too big to eat correctly. Stop! Write it. Oh my god, Canny. Maybe you could prepare some right now. What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener? I don't. So many dick jokes indeed. There's no way they don't know what a dildo is. I don't think it is a dildo, because they're calling it a wiener specifically, making me think it's like a giant Oscar Mayer wiener. Seriously, Jill? She's the one making the jokes! And you're the one trying not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down. Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name? I'm Mario. It's me, Mario. Come on, Mario. I'll buy you a drink. He might have another delivery, you know. This is the last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. And you? I'm fine. Alright, one sunshine cloud for Mario. And you're gonna get it extra big because... on the rocks and blended, I need that money. I need all of that money. Here. Thanks! Hey, call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount. Extra big, like that sausage. Nice. Look at him, actually ordering what he wants. No takebacks, so proud of him. Yeah, you go, Mario. Yeah, Dorothy, why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way. Aw, thank you, Sane, so much for the subscription! Hey, 5 more months and we finally have those Twitch streamer emotes. Sort of. Also, Sane, since you are here, I did want to ask, I know last stream, I leave my chat up all the time now, so I see everything that happens. And after I switched over to hosting XT on Friday, you cheered 90 bits. I don't know if you realized you were cheering to me or if you were trying to cheer to XT and didn't realize that because I'm just hosting, it would still go to me. If that is the case, let me know and I will try to like refund you the bits or I don't know, figure out a way to send XT. Okay, no, it was for me? Alright, I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, to win the bit war? I thought you'd already won the bit war by a huge margin. Well, you sure did, and I'm glad to hear it was indeed for me. I just wanted to make sure, because I saw that, and I didn't want you, like, sending your bits to the wrong place. So yes, in anyone else's, you can't get bits anyway. That's why I was like, I'll have to figure some way to give XT 90 cents. I'm not sure how. Okay. What way, Lilum? I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but... Thank you, Sane, so much for the cheer of 1,000 bits. Speaking of bits, it would be a shame if there was no #1 in bits again. And thus, XT has lost his very brief crown as the #1 cheerer. He's been bumped to #2, and Sane takes her rightful place. Oh wait, another upstart! 100,000 bits from Canny. You're right, it would. And now... Canny with 1,006, just beating Sane's 1,000. It has indeed started, Lacey. And Sane strikes back with 500 more bits. LOL. Laughing at the foolish attempts to streak her from her throne. The war has changed. The war, unfortunately, changes every week, and I almost wish it didn't, because it leads to, yeah. And there comes Canny with a 500 bits as well. Ho, 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 ho. Yes, I threw in some, Oni-sama laughs. and XT, you're now at 3rd, with Sane and Canny duking it out with for 1st and 2nd. I really wish it was every month instead of every week because I feel so bad for you guys donating all these bits every... Oh, I can do a better one. Let me... I actually secretly love the Ojo-sama laugh. Gameplay. Just Pitforce. Sane donating! How much fucking was that? Let me double check, because I don't want to count them all individually. Oh god, Lacey with 100 bits! I want to be third! You are third! Sane, 12. Okay, that was 12 bits. The war continues. I just want everyone to have fun, but Sane, well, I can't pass that up. Alright. So we have Sane with 1,512, Canny with 1,506, and Lacey with 1,105. Canny with another 7 bits, so it does. By 1 bit, she has overcome Sane. I feel like a narrator rather than the streamer at this point. Thank you all so much for the bits. Oh, don't worry. I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you. To be fair, the real winner here is JJo. Truth. Yes, that is true. And that's why I'm kind of like, do it every month so that way this doesn't happen so often. Because as much as I super appreciate that 88 bits from Sane, I also feel bad that this happens every week. Now I shall pause in the cheering so JJo can progress the game. Alrighty then. Thank you. Thanking me? Your package, let me see honey here laughing like an idiot. It's easier than you think. That made me happy, and I don't know, it fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm than when I entered. Glad to help, I guess. Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, honey. Enjoy your big wiener. Ay! Out with you. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I get it. Don't worry. You like guys. It's clear. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I know when to take one for the team and wait by nighttime. Oh god. I do, yeah. Have you been to the motor district? I spend all of my free time in the motor district, actually. Why? Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on there? What a coincidence, so do I. Oh my god. I'm just seeing, like, anime Sane and anime Canny both just, you know, with fans facing each other while secretly glaring at each other as they wait for the person to make the move, and super dramatic, you just activated my trap card level bullshit. You're not the cop, are you? And Lacey just there for the lulz. As far as I remember, no. Well, I mean, there are illegal races, but there are also semi-legal league going on there. Dude, they are hilarious. The level of your foe is hot. And totally how I see myself sometimes. I'm so glad you also see yourself as an anime character. Semi-legal? The authorities acknowledge that there are races going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end. Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love? Miss Love? Of course! Everyone knows who she is. What about her? Is her gang as dangerous as they say? I don't know. Nobody knows. Excuse me? They look intimidating enough, but the truth is that nobody has faced them directly. Oh, I'm glad the buffering has stopped, Orm. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So her gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone. Oh. Do you want anything else? Oh, hi. Kaneda is here. I forgot about Kaneda. Yeah, we have Mario, who I have used the Mario voice for because I'm a terrible person. I'll have a Piano Man. Alright. Piano Man for Mario. Thank you so much, Superhero Blues, for the 21 bits, I think that is. I think Christine Love is an indie game developer. She made Analog, a hate story. Interesting. Wait, no, not Piano Woman. Piano Man. On the rocks. Next. There we go. Here. Yay, this is nice. This will sound weird, but do you believe in replibots? Okay, my mind just flashed back to later seasons of Stargate Atlantis, or not Stargate Atlantis, Stargate SG-1. Aren't those the evil robot nanomachine things that they had to fight against? Replibots? There's the belief that some Lulum out there are disguised to perfectly replicate a particular human. I'm glad I wasn't the only one, and that... Oh yeah, replicators. Yeah, that sounds more right. I knew bots was wrong. I was thinking Reploids from Mega Man X. Alright, so we all have some sort of evil replicating thing. Aw, cute Bastion emote. I like his little... Oh, that's not a tiara. That's Gayami. The bird. That went over my head. Yeah, no. As someone who grew up watching a lot of Stargate SG-1 and Canny being the same, that was a much later season that I honestly don't recommend watching because the later seasons got not as bad as Stargate SGU or Stargate... Or not Stargate SGU. Stargate Universe or Stargate Atlantis, but still they weren't great anymore. Ganymede. Nerds! Nerds indeed! But be glad I didn't start talking about fucking Babylon 5 or some shit. I still don't understand the one race having the stupid sideways mohawks! That's the only thing I remember from that one show. Sideways mohawks! Just... It was dumb! Someone made that every day! Either as a wig form with bald caps, or like they actually had to style their hair like that. I love all of the little emotes going on right now. It was a pretty cool space show. Very 90s, yes. There's a belief, I reread that bit, that someone or something replaces those humans with such Lilum. Thus they call them replibots. You know a lot about this. I don't. It's in most magazines nowadays. Well, it's the first time I've heard of it. What about it? On my way here, I almost ran over my neighbor. He just showed up in the middle of the street. And I say almost because he moved really quickly out of the way. For a mushroom, that was impressive. I didn't know Goombas could move that fast. I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop making jokes because I've never played a fucking Mario game, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, honestly. I've only been dragged into a few by Canny. You're a Replibot? I wish. I wish I was a Replibot. Aw, so many Overwatch emotes. Mercy's still my fave. Although Lucio's is pretty great. I mean, you made me crack the fuck up. I'm glad somebody felt that was funny. Then I went to deliver a package and somehow my neighbor was there. Almost immediately after the whole thing. And he was there the whole time. Maybe it was someone that looked like him, or his long-lost twin brother. Worship her glory, all of those mercy emotes. Nice. He had the same looks, clothes, and mannerisms. Trust me, you'll know a perfect replica when you see one. All the roadhogs from XT. Showing his tank main love. And you saw the kid Lilim here. They could easily pass off as humans. Enough to hook all those healers. Oh no! I hate getting hooked by a roadhog as mercy. It's just like, it's not the death sentence it used to be, but it's still pretty, I'm gonna die. Cause usually, right behind the roadhog is a fucking tracer that when the roadhog hits me, finishes me off. I don't know why, it always seems to be a tracer, but it does. Or that or a Sombra. Some little annoying twerp who's just hiding behind the tank. Oh yes, and there's XT with the demon spawn herself, May. There are even Nilam idol singers nowadays whose voices can pass off as human. They could be passing off as humans under our very noses, replacing us little by little. Summer is just love. I admit Sombra is fun, but when she kills me, I get annoyed, because I'm like, curse you, Sombra! Sombra is biculture. Nice. May is bae. At this point in time, I really doubt it. May is supreme bae. Lilim behavior is just a bit different. You can easily tell someone's a Lilim because they seem... How do I put this? They don't care about risk and danger as much as we do. They treat risks with a lot more leniency. Still, be careful. Keep an eye out for uncanny doppelgangers. I'm leaving. Thanks for everything. Please come again. What's your take on the Replibot thing? Do you believe in them? Do you? Shit, my cover is blown. Not really, but I asked you first. When I was in high school, I had this irrational fear of aliens. I was paranoid that they would come. What would I do then? I remember I lost lots of sleep because of it. That doesn't answer my question. Let me finish. After many months of fear, I reached a conclusion that might as well apply here. It's useless to be afraid. I'm but a simple woman. I wouldn't be able to do shit against them. So I'd rather live without being afraid. Because memories of not being afraid will be my only solace when the Novelli crabs invade. I mean, when the Replibots come. Oh no, I'm sorry, Orm. Jill, are you still afraid of aliens? What part of it's useless to be afraid didn't you catch? Right.
Back! Did anything happen?
I discovered I have a sense of humor. I discovered I have the sense of humor of an 8-year-old.
Did anything new happen?
Hey! They brought you a package.
Ah, yes!
Mike. Fucking.
Curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? That's a new one.
You should read more, J-Jo. Shut up! I read a shit ton. The problem is, I don't read out loud. I grew up teaching myself most of my vocabulary by reading in my head lots of books that were way beyond my age range. So I never had to say them out loud. and thus I never had to worry about how they were fucking pronounced. I just had to, like, know what they meant. Yeah, I read a lot of fucking Chinese light novels lately. It's fun. Web novels. Whatever. Total funds, 8,000. Okay, we are getting there, guys. 30th, we've got 2 days, and we need to make 2,000. I think we can do this. Jill wonders if Maneki Nekos actually bring luck. Buy one to prevent her from getting too distracted. Fuck, how much does that cost? 550? This is gonna be the first time I'm intentionally I'm telling Jill no. Which means she'll be distracted. So I'll need you guys to back me up on remembering the orders. Least I forget them because I'm dumb. But for now, let's do a little quick savey save. Last save slot. First space colony plans to develop its own army. I've never had to struggle to make rent. Is this an American thing? Failing to make rent? Lucky you. Yeah. I'm very fortunate in that I've never also had to struggle to make rent, but I do know that it is sadly common occasion, especially amongst other people my age. Oh. In the game? Oh. Context is important. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Orm had that trouble. I had this trouble. I've been having to make all of the orders, like, double size for a while. I don't know. JJo, keep a notepad open for the orders. It's because we spend all our money on cosplaying games. Yeah. Sometimes life just gives you huge sausage. You will not remember anything. Shut up! I can remember some things. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a land where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently... Okay, I gotta feel like that's a reference. New Outer Heaven? Outer Heaven, is this a Metal Gear reference? And Shin, I don't know. A huge... curated sausage. There we go. There's no E, though. I don't like the English language. I want to switch back to Korean, which I do not know enough of to actually use. But at least Korean, everything makes sense phonetically. Because, okay, you want to know how Hangul came into, like, being? The king of Joseon, yes, pronunciation, Chosun, was like, I'm gonna get all of the smartest people in the country, and we're gonna develop our own written language. And it's gonna make the most fucking sense ever. And so the entire language is phonetic, and it's also, like, the symbols are based off of the shape your mouth makes, and it's very, very, very easy to learn. You can learn the Korean alphabet in about 1 day and just know it, as long as you keep practicing it and, you know, doing that. That is very much true. And it's the most beautiful thing. And it's just so logical, and it makes so much sense. And I wish I had video camera right now, because I would, like, make some of the mouth motions and show you how the shape your mouth makes is what you do when you, like, make that thing. And I'm not gonna use that notepad, Canny. I have fucking computer here. I can type. Outer Heaven. I don't think just switch to Dutch, douche, German. Phonetic and grammar makes sense. Yeah. I didn't ever learn that one, probably because I was, like, trying to rebel against my family, because my brother and my father both learned German, because they both were, like... My brother and my father were both born in Germany on a military base, and then my dad was stationed in Germany for a long time in the army. English is a bastardized language. Most of the bastardized language don't make a lot of sense in general. Change to Portuguese. So much BS. No, I want to avoid the BS. And like, Chinese, it's okay. But there's the characters. There's so much memorizing characters. And it's so easy to forget the characters. And I cannot do tones. The worst thing about Korean is the grammar, because the grammar is similar to Japanese grammar, which means it's stupidly complex. Chinese grammar isn't bad, at least from what I learned, because it's not too far off from American grammar, so it was easier for me to learn. But yes, Chinese is hard because it's like tones and characters and Hanzi, and it's just like so many homonyms. Yes, she has literally brought me a little notepad. God. I still remember, what game was it where I was staring at something and I was overthinking it and Lacey had to like talk me down. I don't remember which game. No. First, Shin Outer Paradise is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but law is most likely approved. We'll have an army and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. This terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the Outer Paradise government fool you. The only reason for this law is so that they can have more control over the population. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think of how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual spaces. Thanks to new technologies, the traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kinda tame now. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. I rarely use physical notebooks for games, but that's mostly because when I game, I'm at my computer, and so I just use a digital one. Yick, the final remaster leads. Yick, the final remaster leads the video game charts. The newest remaster of 2016's Yick, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies shipped on its launch day. Other titles this week include new releases such as Hatsune Miku Project Remaster and Sting's Face Remastered. Full chart including lifetime sales, Yick, the final remaster, 3.5 million new. Hatsune Miku Project Remaster, 1.5 million new. Sting's Face Remastered, 950k new. Water Pro Wrestling G, 500k to 950k. Dang it, Ron Paul. See, that's another moment where I just feel how this is a very topical game when it came out, because I vaguely remember Ron Paul being a big joke, and now it's like completely dropped off the face of the earth. Like for Breath of the Wild, we have an actual tracker on a hard copy. I say we because Jada started it. Well, I was bored and I was watching you play, and I like to make lists, okay? I will just randomly make lists for the sake of making lists sometimes. Like in fucking high school, I used to write in the margins of my notebook. I would pick a word, any word at all. Usually it was dragon, magic, or some other high fantasy term, because rather than taking notes in class, I'd rather be reading my high fantasy fucking YA novels. And I would just start rearranging the word so that all the letters were alphabetical. So let's say I'm doing magic. So that means I would write it ACGIM. And then I would just go and I would list out every single possible spelling of that collection of letters that is possible. So like next I would write ACGMI. And I would just do that. The margins of my notebooks were just filled with me making these nonsensical no reason lists just because that was what I wanted to do. They aren't even good lists. They're just stupid lists. That's an actual game. I forget what it's called. I don't know about that. I just would do it because I would be like, this is what makes me whatever. Over time, I switched it into a memory sort of thing by writing down all of the titles I call the different stories I have. And I would try to just from memory remember every single story and write down my like temporary title for it. So 1, I would have something to list, and 2, I would be able to remember all my stories because I would lose notebooks all the time, and back then there wasn't like a Google Drive, and so if the Word document I had it listed on got deleted, it was gone forever. And I was always petrified of having a good story and then completely forgetting it because I'm a oblivious motherfucker. And so I would do these lists in order to try to make myself remember all of them. And it was actually kind of trying because I have about 130 story ideas. And a lot of those are for series rather than books. And it's just so many that it became harder and harder and harder to do it all, and I haven't been able to successfully remember them all off the top of my head in like years, but thankfully for all those years I've had Google Drive. Google Drive has saved my fucking mind. Model Warrior returns to TV. Anyone watching it? I don't even have a TV. I've already read this one. I've read that one. That bar called Valhalla. Is it any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat, just like me. Anyway, place is cool, but the bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? I've never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take it if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already had a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So is that a no? Kind of. I mean, if you're going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, then I think I'm going next week then. Sounds good enough for me. So I'm full of myself? You are. I bet it was that one douchebag that propositioned me for sex the first night I was playing. Alright, here we go. We're going to work distracted because we gotta save that money. Because as it is, we're only just barely gonna make it if we get 2,000 both nights. Good evening.
Ah, chill. I'm out to get firecrackers.
Firecrackers?
It's New Year's, right? We need some.
Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the dog? Yeah, good idea. Go ahead.
I'll be back in a bit.
Kaboom. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. And I'm actually going to pause because I'd meant to, while we were in the save part, go and grab myself a drink because my throat's a little parched. But I forgot because I got caught up talking about various things. So enjoy listening to this and seeing the screen while I go out and I get myself my water. I'll be back, I swear. I'm not embarrassing you guys. Totally not doing that.
fuck out of my room! You get out of my
Hi,
Get the fuck out! Out!
I've been exiled!
Down! Shoot! Be gone! Go!
Yay! She's banning us. Who wants me to commandeer the game? Do it. The guy on the first date never asked you for sex. He just asked you some way too personal and inappropriate questions. Yeah, I thought he was like propositioning me for whatever. Strike down her stream and your journey to the dark side will be complete. You did choose to come back at the right time. Okay. I have gotten water. I have chased out the interloper. There we go. That was the word I wanted. Greetings. And he disappeared. Ghost Jamie. Anyway, let's start. Since no one said anything about the music, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty fast at getting the water. I did physically shove her out of the room. Time to mix drinks and change lives. That guy wouldn't come back twice. This guy! This motherfucker!
Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago?
We were just talking about you, bullshitter person. Honestly, your sneak skill's not good enough. Practice the hiding bushes. Obviously, I need a box. The top of a lighthouse. Oh my god. On Friday?
Yeah.
There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that.
So it flew by here.
I take it you know what made the noise?
Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard.
Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say.
So it remained in the vicinity?
I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night.
Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now get me a Mars blast.
Bra straps are itchy. Mars blast, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit, I can't make this big! Fuck this guy! He has defeated me! There we go. 1 Mars blast, you cheap motherfucker. Here you go.
Well, you didn't mess up.
Sorry if I may inject.
You looking for a fight?
Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size.
I can fight dirty.
He kills people for a living.
I can fight dirty.
You tell him, Ingram! You tell him! Can't wait for her after remember 2 drinks for 1 order. I am not that bad. Jill, please. You make me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. I mean, yes. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem to like strong drinks. Sticking to his guns, I have the tiniest slug-sized shred of respect for that.
What about it?
Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking.
Okay, let's give this suplex. Let's try this suplex thing.
Right? Suplex. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sweet, I can make this one big. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On the rocks. Next. 1 big suplex. Here.
Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister.
Call me Jamie. And you are?
I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge?
I did, actually.
Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, why go through with the whole thing? Rejection? Need to hide something?
The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity.
I see.
How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber, and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection, while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed while a horrible pressure builds up in your body, and the nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. It's an espresso enema. Oh god. You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch.
What are you having, Jamie?
This is a gut punch.
Yeah, should've figured. Hey, give me one of those.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Sure, let's give you lots of booze. Aged, mixed. 1 gut punch. Here. Yeah, XT, you are being an ass. Thankfully, I can remember things. I have an attention span of at least 30 seconds, so I'm able to do this.
Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though.
I had a couple of extras in his, actually.
So where's the antibody unit they stuck with you, Jamie?
Inside, like all other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in your body outweigh the cons.
And the rest of the enhancements, were you reconstructed or have you been adding them over time?
Yes, I have the attention span of at least 30 seconds, so I'm able to do this, JoJo 2018. Over time, either by getting a much needed enhancement or through fixing injuries.
I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave.
Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again.
Don't count on it.
You've said that twice. By the way, I had to refresh earlier, so I lost a few quotes. If anyone didn't have to refresh, please send them to me. There was I have the attention span one. I'm scrolling through all the Overwatch emotes because I saved everything except after a certain point. Apparently you can't scroll back anymore. Oh, XT already put him in? Awesome. Thank you, XT.
Shut up.
Seemed like a nice guy, right? I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Oh wait, no, that wasn't Alma voice. Someone's in a good mood.
Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too.
Alright, one big bad touch. Here.
Jill, you have such a petty sense of humor.
Guilty as charged. So what put you in a good mood?
Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband, and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being.
So she really messed it up, huh?
When they came back to the house and Danyana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now.
You hold quite the animosity for Danyana, don't you? She deserves it.
She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept on the same bed for a while. And then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there's something in particular I still can't forgive. It was a day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister, and she said she had no little sisters.
Ouch.
I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her so much as a kid. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, the admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed.
And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years?
Hey. It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather the Danyana who said all of those things so many years ago is the same Danyana that I know today.
How so?
She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression.
Huh.
But enough about me. How are you?
Everything's fine, aside from this note.
A note?
Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister?
Yeah.
I got this note from her.
Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing.
As do I.
So, what's the problem then?
The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place.
Right. Give a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you.
Right. Oh, I don't want to do a story in my Alma voice. It is really tiring on my throat. And I have to lean in so far. Also, I'm getting really sick of this song. I did not think I would. I've never felt like I was sick of a song before, but I do now. Teenagers are universally douchebags, except her sister's an adult now and still acting that way. Yeah. And yeah, teenagers do tend to be just awful human beings because they're figuring out being adults before they were kids, and the transition is messy. Stab her. It sounds like her kids are about to. Here.
This is the thing. Let's start.
Oh god, not you. Alright. Boo! Oh, hell no.
This is the story of how my life got turned upside down and...
I'm not gonna do that joke because I actually don't know the lyrics.
This is the story of a girl who grew up disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister.
Fuck it. Pick my mic up rather than leaning into the mic.
With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements.
All I can look at right now are those boobs. Ya boob. Not now.
Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after.
Who's that behind? Yeah, it's Ghost Girl. The mic is inside JoJo's mouth when doing the Alma voice. Not too far off.
And after the girl went into college, said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job.
What if I hire your high-ranking lips? She mostly looks like Hellgirl because you can't see that her hair is actually short. But yeah, I can kind of see the hairstyle similarity. Shut up.
The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled.
Hey, Joe. I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough.
Enough?
Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you, and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point.
Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she'll be heavily disappointed.
Oh no, Alma was fear, my bad. My god, Anna, you're the troll we never asked for. I'd never finished watching Hellgirl. I should probably actually do that. It was pretty good for the first few episodes that I did see.
She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it.
Yeah, you're right.
My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer?
Right. Seven, 8. There we go. Here.
Thanks. So, tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along?
Oh, yeah. I never had brothers or sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too.
I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested.
Oh, sure. I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you.
Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. You were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? I'm glad my Alma voice is your favorite. Followed by Boss. Yay! Yeah. There are two I have an easier time with, because Alma's just sort of me doing a soft whisper, and then Boss is just me kind of adjusting the pitch a little bit. Whereas some of the voices I fucking hate doing because they're so fucking hard, and other ones I hate doing because they're so stupid and I have so many regrets. Anyways, call me if anything comes up. Alright, that's a whole day, but I only played for an hour and a half. Usually it takes me the full 2 hours. I'm gonna have to save over our old files, guys. This is it. Oh no! But I don't want to get into another day. Could I finish up half a day? Let's see, if it took me 2 shifts, an hour and a half. But these were really fast shifts, like faster than they usually have been. Boss is Haruka, Haruka's Bay. Alma's is usual cool One-san voice, very polished. I like, yay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna stop here. Because I don't want to get into it and then it's like really late in the evening before I get to the next save point. So instead, I'm gonna pull up fucking Twitch for realsies. Pause that. Do I have any friends? Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna call that there. Thank you so much, everyone who came to watch. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thank you so much to everyone who cheered bits, especially Sane, the new #1 of the week, just like last week and the week before that and the week before that. Seriously, Sane, I love you so much. Thank you to my subscribers. Very exciting news is that maybe possibly soon there's going to be, oh, thank you so much, Candy, for the cheer of 88 bits. Oh, end of stream, then let's have a cheer. Thank you so much, Superhero Blues, for the cheer of, how many bits is that? 15 bits. And thank you, Sane, for the cheer of 100 bits, not letting Canny get away with that last minute upset. Ha 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 ha. And thank you, Canny, so much for the cheer of 100 bits. 2 can play this game. But yes, thank you. And for subscribers, Canny is actually doing the super awesome thing of designing some emotes for me, or at least one emote. I'm not sure if there'll be multiples, so there might actually be a reason to be a subscriber. I don't know. We'll see. If that never comes to be, I'm not going to blame it, Canny, because it's honestly a huge project. Oh god, I think I'm behind. Thank you, Sane, for the 300 bits. Thank you, Canny, for the 300 bits. The war. Yes, Regula, the war has resumed. Thank you, Sane, for the 2 bits. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for emotes, too. I think stream is still having to catch up with the bits. Oh, boy. Thank you, Canny, for the 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5 bits, or not quite. Thank you, Sane, for the, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thank you, Sane, for the 12 bits. Emotes will be one at a time. Okay, I'm stopping for reals. There are more nights in the week. Yes. Holy shit. And Belladonna freed one of the strings. Oh god. Thank you so much, Superhero Blues, for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 bits! Oh god. If it's the gray one, she definitely unscrewed the knob. You're gonna be prepared? Alright, awesome. So, yeah, thank you everyone who cheers bits, everyone who subscribes, everyone who watches this on YouTube. You guys are gonna get me to cut out pretty soon, and then I'm gonna go and do a little raid, I don't know, of another friend who is streaming. So let me go ahead and stop the recording. Bye, YouTube!